Hey, it's Ellie. Welcome back to another Sims 4 recreation speed build, which is a series where I build a TV or movie set in The Sims 4 so that you can play it in your game. And if you ever want to download anything of mine, my origin ID is always in the description of my Sim videos, so you can just look for me on the gallery and find everything that I've ever uploaded on my channel. It will be on the gallery for you to play in. So yeah, today I am building the apartment from the show The Big Bang Theory. It's the apartment that Sheldon and Leonard live in, or the whole show. I was considering doing Penny's apartment because actually I kind of like it better, but I thought this one would be more I don't really know how to say what I'm thinking, like more wanted, I guess. People, they spend the most time in this show, in this apartment, I mean, so I felt like that would be the better apartment to build. Though, I mean, they do spend quite a bit of time in Penny's apartment too. Maybe I'll do it next week. I don't know. I actually wasn't planning to do this build at all this week because, well, to be completely honest, I haven't watched the show in like years. I started it a long time ago, multiple years, like probably 5 years ago now. I started the show, I want to say. Maybe not that long, actually, now that I think about it. Probably like 3 years ago. I started watching the show from the beginning of season 1 because I know it's this show that a lot of people just watch whenever, but there is a story to it, and I just like to watch shows from the beginning. So yeah, I just started season 1 and went through and watched a lot of it. I think I got maybe I want to say season like 6 or somewhere around there, and then I stopped watching it. I don't know even why, but I was probably playing a video game too much. Anyway, yeah, so that was the last time I watched it. I don't even know what's happening in the show right now. They probably changed the apartment from what I remember and the screenshots that I saw, but you know, I think it's still pretty good. Yeah, there was a lot of things in this apartment that I was able to get pretty well, but you know, it is a sim recreation, so it's not perfect. Some of the rooms are just a little off, but actually for the most part this one I think is okay. I looked at some blueprints of this house or this apartment, I guess I should say, and I noticed that Sheldon's room was the middle room, and then Leonard's room was in the back, which I don't know why, but I thought it was the opposite way. But I guess not. So, yeah. If it's wrong, I will change it. But from what I could see, that's the way it went. I didn't see any screenshots of like with the open doors, so I couldn't really figure out which room was definitely theirs. They're very similar shaped, and both of them could be the other room. It just really depends on where you put the bed and how it's facing. But yeah, we'll get to the bedrooms later. Right now I'm building the kitchen, which I actually think turned out pretty well. They do have this like kind of lighter wood kitchen and a lot of these little trinkets. I got the microwave and the coffee maker in the right spot. The setup isn't exactly like that, but I had to do that for The Sims to get it as close as I could. There's not the stove isn't so far back in the show. It's less of a just that indented part is not so big. I don't know how to describe anything today. I'm doing awful at this narration. But, okay, yeah. I made this as a penthouse. just so I could get it accurately, there was no apartments that were this shape. I knew that as soon as I looked for it. So yeah, I had to build it as a penthouse, but I think that worked out okay. It does take up quite a bit of space. I'm doing a really long pause, but I actually think I know why. At one point, I decided to use the career unlock build items that you unlock them through your career paths. There's a bunch of different ones, but specifically I wanted the ones in the tech branch career and the science career, because as you can see, there's this cool industrial door, which unfortunately is like this crazy door on both sides, but in the show, Sheldon and Leonard have the back of their door as it's like a big metal like bunker door kind of thing, and so I thought that would look really good. It's kind of similar to that kind of door, and yeah, there's just like this chemical, I don't even know what that is. I forgot. It's some sort of chemistry lab. Yeah, it's a chemistry lab. That's what it is. So yeah, I put that next to the TV. There is actually another desk there, but as far as I could see, it was a desk for computer parts or something of the nature like that. I don't know. I don't know what kind of parts it was, but there's a bunch of like things that you physically put together, like little electronic pieces and wires and whatnot. So instead of just putting another desk, because there's like already 3 desks in this apartment, I just decided to put that chemistry lab. And I don't show this in the video, but I go through the courtyard area, like the roof, I guess I should call it, and I put a bunch of science equipment and whatnot in the area so that it's not so empty, and a lot of those science things are just really big, so it worked to have the roof to put them in. So I think I put the observatory, which they do go on the roof, and I think there is a part where they're looking at an observatory on the roof. One of the episodes, I kind of remember that. Yeah, anyway, maybe that was a different show. I hope not. I haven't seen it in years, like I said. But I also put, let's see, I think I put the rocket ship. So, you know, if you make, that other guy that I am completely blanking on his name right now. Wow, I can't believe I forgot his name. He's so important in this show. It's not Raj, it's the other guy. Crap. Wow, I'm being a horrible fan. I'm just making this apartment and I don't even know all the main characters' names right now. Okay. Yeah. Well, if you make that guy, I'm sure you know who I'm talking about if you've watched the show, then you can use the spaceship because, you know, he's an astronaut, so that works out. I thought about it, and I'm pretty sure I remembered his name when I was thinking about it. But wow. Yeah. Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue and I just can't think of what it is. Anyway, I also put, I think there's a chemical analyzer or something like that on the roof. And also what I did, something that I thought was pretty clever, to be honest. I'm gonna brag a little bit. I thought it was pretty clever that I did this. The whole running joke of the show is that the elevator doesn't work. That's like a thing throughout the show forever. So I put a big like, no, don't go here. I think it's like a yellow safety sign or something right across the door, and potentially you might have to delete it if you actually download this apartment, because I don't think it will let you use the elevator. Maybe it will. Maybe it will just glitch through, but it might be blocking, so you might have to delete that in order to actually use the penthouse and like get out of it. But I thought that was pretty cool because there's always safety tape over that elevator, so that worked out pretty well. Also, I already did it in the video, but it was really quick and I wasn't paying enough attention, so I think I missed it. But there's these green exit signs that it's like a pathway to the exit. It's one of those signs, just shows you where to go. So I put them along the wall to the hallway because I remembered that in the show Sheldon made these like light up fluorescent arrows that show you the way to the nearest exit in case of emergency, even though their apartment is like so small. Literally, how could you miss the door? But he did it anyway, and so I put those up. It's like a wall decoration. I put those up in the hallway because I thought that just fit very perfectly in this apartment. And I got to use so many of the like weird science posters and whatnot that I never use those things in my game because I never really have a scientist person that I feel like would want those kind of posters in their room. So yeah, it was fun to use all these different things here, and I did my best with the bedrooms. The sets like this are kind of hard because there's no walls in the back, so I never quite know how to decorate them if I can't see what's over there. And I do my best to make it similar, but I always feel like it looks a little weird. Maybe I should have put a window on this wall, actually, now that I think about it. I definitely should have put a window in that bedroom, another one. They seem to have windows in this apartment quite a bit, actually, which not a lot of the apartments that, especially the ones that I've built so far, they don't have windows in the shows. So there's just no windows, you know? And that's, yeah, it's kind of hard to build with no windows because it just looks so weird to me. I'm used to putting lots of windows. I do suck at doing windows. I'm just awful with the windows. I know this. My windows always look a little off. I try to make them too symmetrical, I think, but it looks off to me if they're not symmetrical, so I don't even know what to do with windows. But yeah, this is Sheldon's bedroom here. His bed isn't quite right, but they didn't have any other good beds that I really liked for his bed, so I went with that one. And Leonard's bed is actually really, really good. He has like a blue comforter and he has the same kind of bed frame. I don't think there's a back to it, but you know, it's very close. It's almost identical. For The Sims, it's as good as you're gonna get, so I'm glad with that. I was just trying to make his room has a lot of bookshelves and a dresser and more shelves, and I didn't want to put, you know, all the bookshelves in here. Plus, one annoying thing about the bookshelves, I think is annoying anyway, is that there's only like one, I think, or two, yeah, let's say two bookshelves that actually are short. Like the dresser here, that thing in the middle is actually a dresser. It's not a bookshelf, even though it has books on the front and lots of storage space, but it's classified as a dresser, and none of the bookshelves are that height, which I wish they were. I really wish they were. I would love that a lot because I like those kind of bookshelves quite a bit in small apartments. From living in an apartment, I know how difficult it is to have big furniture, like a really tall bookcase, and get that into your apartment. I lived in a very, very tight apartment that had some awful turns, and furniture was nearly impossible to get in there. So, yeah, I wish there was a little bit more practical furniture for some of these things. Now, the bathroom kind of annoyed me because this apartment is on a diagonal. I had to do that for the way the house is laid out, which also, another thing that annoyed me is that it's fine for the main room, the wood floors they look normal, but in the bedrooms, the wood floors go diagonally, and that really bugs me. I could have put them normal, but I wanted them to match the rest of the house, so I did that. Like, people don't switch. All the wood should go the same way. Actually, in my house, the wood does not go the same way for all of it, but that's because our kitchen and our living room area are kind of separated, and they're actually like on a different level at one point. Anyway, I'm not talking about my house. I'm trying to talk about the Big Bang Theory. Yeah, but the shower area is just a little off because of that diagonal, so I had to kind of makeshift that. But that's actually the end of the speed build. I'm just putting my little sign here. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a like and subscribe to my channel because I post Sims videos every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, bye!